Hello, 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 story time. Hello, how are we? Welcome to the stream. Happy Tuesday, happy stream day, happy all those other beautiful things. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all excited to do some hobby, hang out for the next 2 hours while I struggle to paint some more space wolves. While you guys eternally try and distract me from painting my space wolves. I got confused. I grabbed 5 models to spray, thought I grabbed Blood Claws, accidentally grabbed Grey Hunters, didn't realize. They're quite similar models when you don't have heads on them. You know, it's Chainsword and Bolt Pistol or Chainsword and Bolt Carbine. So, profile-wise, they're very similar. Lord Ralder on Tier 1, 41 months. A 41-month streak. That means next month will be a month for every year I've been alive. That's insane. Yo, fogey. Lol. Over on YouTube we have Goose, Honk, and Red Rum. Hello, hello, hello. Brontinus is here. He was first. Hello, Hendrickson is here. Kabrinski. White Wolf. Good evening, beautiful folk of Mediocre. I'm here to ugly the place up. Not sure whether that's an insult towards yourself or the fact that you're going to go and like wreck the bar, like kind of thing. What else we got? Psychromatic, hello, evening chat. And the Revenant, we are all here. Hello, 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 hello. Matthew Sinclair is also here. Lippy Spazly. Whatever floats your boat, Sinclair. How are we all getting on? Are we all doing well? Do we have glorious plans for hobby this evening? Like I said to you, I've got 5 Grey Hunters now. All sprayed up. One of them's not sprayed particularly well, but I think it'll be fine. I think it'll matter that much. I'll go to the live scene straight away so you can see what I'm working with. So these are my 5 Grey Hunter boys, that are all sprayed, and there's a 5th one there. Don't worry. Are ready to get some base coats on and start painting up. I don't know whether 5 is too many. I feel like 5 might be too many. I feel like 3s are the way to do it. Like if you do a squad of 10, you do the sergeant as its own thing, and then you go 3 sets of 3 for the squad. I think is a really comfortable amount for painting Space Marines. I think 5 might be a little bit too much for each stage. It might take a little bit too long. It's one thing on stream. I like to see progress on stream. If I've gotten from the start of a stream to the end of the stream and all I've done is put the Fang on some models, it's not really enough. I'm working on a crochet experiment, finishing it up really well. Pop some pics in the showcase so in 2 weeks you can see what I'm on about. Nice. Jello, Mr. Shabby. Space Wolves in Italian was doing my lesson before the stream. Oh, that's cool. Lupi Spazla. It's kind of cooler, Space Wolves. Had an online old world game booked, but my opponent's struggling to get his kid to bed. Just a bit of whiskey on the gum, they'll be gone. I asked this to the comments under the video of your World Eater Rhino vid. What artist Opus brush size did you use, XL or large? You can use both and or less. It depends on the section you're doing. Like if you're doing the big flat side panel part and you're stippling along, you can use a bigger one. But once you get in like where the tracks meet the inner hull part, you might want to switch to a smaller brush so you can get in at the like nooks and crannies a little bit better. So it's not just one solid brush. But if you're only going to buy one solid brush, then obviously go a little bit smaller, so you can kind of do everything. The bigger flatter areas will take a little bit longer, but then you'll still be like a medium. Like where's my? They're everywhere. These bloody brushes. And this one alone. Is that all the ones in this thing? No, there's another one. Is that all the ones in this thing? I think so. Is there any more of the dry brushes in this one? Yes. My mother told me someday I will buy a galley with good oars and sail to distant shores. Stand up on the prow. Okay, so large, then there's large, medium, extra small. extra small plus, extra small, small. So that's here. Medium, 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 medium plus. Which one are you? Medium. Why do I have two mediums? Stand up on the proud. Where's my other ones? There we go. And then this is my set of them. So with all of the Series D dry brushes, like as you can see, the one that's the most colored for me is this one, which is the medium. I think the medium is a really nice size. You know what I mean? You can't do the side of a tank in, you know, like if this, my hand is bigger than the side of a tank, but you know what I mean? You're not spending an awful lot of time stippling on, maybe 10 minutes for the whole tank. You can go up to a large. Large is a really nice size as well. But there is some places that it will get a little bit trickier to use and get in at, and that might be a little bit annoying. So like I said, if you're buying one, then I'd buy medium. If you're buying a couple, I would buy a small, a medium, and a large. Like I said, they extended the range by adding the plus series in, which is like, there's like small and small plus, medium, medium plus, large, large, you know what I mean? Extra large, like, you know, just to add in a couple of varieties of sizes. Like I would never tell anyone to buy the extra small. I don't know what this is used for. Like they sent me this and I'm glad that they sent it to me. I have two of them because it's in this set too. They're too small. I would never tell someone to spend money on this brush. But as soon as you jump up one size to the extra small plus, then suddenly you have a brush which is actually really useful. So yeah, small, medium, large, you can do whatever you want with. Take care of them. If you can spring it, you can just get yourself one of the Series D sets, which comes with an extra small, a small, medium, large, and extra large, and you will do everything you ever need with these. So they give you the little brush soap to take care of them. They give you one of the moisturizing pads, and yeah, you're laughing. So there you go. And if you do want to buy some Artist Opus brushes, I have an Element Game affiliate link, so you can buy them there, and I'll actually get a 10% kickback on those. I get 5% on everything, and I get 10% on Artist Opus because the Element Games makes those, so they can do that. 19 watching, 2 likes. What is even happening? Yeah, what is happening? Why is people not liking it? They're not enjoying themselves so far? Pfft. The stippling is fast, but you are crazy quick at it. It took me 4 to 5 times as long. If I hadn't told me it takes 3 to 2.2 seconds, I would have had... You get quicker the more you do it, though. You'll learn. I think it's because I'm such a competent dry brusher, and the dry brushing skill translates directly over because it's about the same amount of paint you want on the brush. So, yeah. For Legion Imperialis, solid. I almost have to order the Artist Opus stuff because almost no one will ship sable hairs to the US. Yeah, that's a bit of a pain. Revenant tier 1 subs. Thank you so much. They've gifted a tier 1 sub. That's 21 gifted to the channel. Thank you so much. Very, very kind. It's a sneaky callous assassin on the table tonight. Little break between Bloodraven minis. I like it. The last Bloodraven mini you put out, that damn banner was so sexy. Assassin sounds like a fun palette cleanser. Yeah. A Calidus. Is that the anti-psyker one? Or is that a Calexis? I can never get the assassins right. Vindicare, I know. Evisor, I know. It's the Calexis and the Calidus that I mix up. Blood Medusa, Bezos Books, 11 months. Thank you so much. What else? Sendrixin, hello. Bloody hot and sneezy, but good. Ta, hope you're okay. Yeah, it's very warm. Extra small dry brush is used to clear your ears. It's actually too small for that. Like, useless. The one with the red hair that jumps up and down. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so it's the combat-y one. The nimble fighter one. Ooh, the Squig Hopper. Khaled is the shape-shifting one. Yeah. They are awesome brushes, though. I really enjoy them, yeah. I did a whole thing. Like, here's the thing about me, and it's going to sound, and hopefully it doesn't come across as a weird thing, okay? But you can tell me if it does. I don't like shitting on stuff. Do you know what I mean? So if I get sent something and I don't like it, I just won't make contact with it. I'll just ignore it. I'm like, no, it's not for me. But I won't make a video being like, oh, they sent me this and it's shit and I don't like it. Maybe I'm using it wrong. Maybe someone else will get some enjoyment out of it. I'm not an expert in any of these things. So do you know what I mean? So 2 different companies have sent me their equivalent of the Artist Opus brushes. Do you know the way everyone was like, oh, just buy the cheaper versions of them or whatever? And none of them have held up. None of them are the same. They don't do the same thing. They're not the same stiffness, bristle length, whatever you want to do. They are not the same. So I will always spend the extra money on the Artist Opus brushes. And to put my money where my mouth is, I have the original, my original Artist Opus brush set, which I bought from their first ever Kickstarter. Before I was a content creator, before they had a name, before anything, I backed them. So I've been a fan of Artist Opus for a long time. That's why you keep ignoring my letters. Your letters are in a shoebox under my bed with pink ribbon all around it. I drew hearts all over it, buddy. You're the one and only. For knocking out your 2.51 scale flea miniatures. Yeah. I have a cheaper alternative. 2 years old. What? Yeah. Okay. So I am now going to just start adding some. Do I try and do 5 or do I do 3? 5 or 3, people. The only 2 sets of brushes that have come remotely close to the Artist Opus brushes that my kitten stole and ate are brushes from a company called KUM and other company called Orange. Best ones I've worked with other than Opus. Okay, Orange messaged me the other day asking me that I want a full set, but I'm not sure. Five. Hans Grun is saying 5 over and over again. I wonder why. Dino, long time no see, buddy. How are you? Howdy. My brushes are a mix of GW brushes, Army Painter, Vallejo, and Eurogiant. Yeah. I'm not a brush snob, by the way. I know I have Artist Opus brushes, but like, seriously, I am no brush snob. My brushes are in bits, and I just grab what I need when I need them, and I make it work. Okay, it's... Yeah. They're very, very nice brushes. I'm not going to say they're Opus brushes, but they are fantastic to work with. I do use them for everything now. My Opus brushes are dead. Oh. Do you know that I've never killed an Artist Opus brush? Not once. What am I saying 5 to? I just joined. I don't know. What are you saying 5 to? 3. Keep it real. Keep what real? Mike from McCrag. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go for 3. I'm going to pick this guy because I think he's... Oh, I nearly broke him. He's in an awesome pose. What a pose. What a model. What a gangster, man. So I love him. So he's getting done. I think this guy is in an amazing pose as well. Absolutely stunning. And then... Yeah, this guy's really cool too, actually. Not that you can see him. Ta-da! Almost. Yeah, these 3. I'm going to put these 2 away. I think 5 is too many. And I think it'll wreck my head trying to do 5. Now I just need to find my Spacefull's Grey contrast so I can begin this arduous journey. 89. Then I say 4. I think I took Byron's shtick too seriously about cleaning the Artist Opus brushes. They went stiff real quick. Wait, what? What? You cleaned them too much and they went stiff? I didn't kill it. My kitten killed it. Oh, I left my fine china out in the middle of the road and I got run over. But it's the car's fault. Yeah, I've been meaning to test them, but they're only shipped to UK. Positive stuff about the orange brushes. Yeah, orange brushes are weird. Orange is obviously my favorite color, so yeah. You know, there's like you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. They look cheap. the orange on them doesn't look like a high quality produced thing. It looks like a pound shop brush, which is disconcerting. I've like obviously the bristles are their own thing. It does look cheap. But then again, like obviously they're not cheap. And then another thing I'm concerned about is they're so bright and bold, the handles, which I love, but I feel like the camera's going to keep focusing on them. That's going to be a nightmare. Good, thanks. Painting a Terminator moment. Went for Blood Angels. Solid choice. I didn't yes. So what's everyone working on tonight? Oh, really, huh? I think White Wolf is on the same wavelength, lol. God damn it, Hans. God damn it. Right, give me a semi-decent brush. That's a little bit smaller than I would have liked. Ah, small layer. That will do the job. So I got to remember what parts are left black. No. Red? No. Yeah, we're going to do them red because then we can do the black the spikes after. So it's both shoulder pads. Sorry, I have a tab open with very quickly to have a nosy at the... It's... I don't know. The Grey Hunters is yellow on the left, red and black on the right. And then sometimes they have a... If they have a knee pad, the right knee pad is the black and red one. So just remember that the shoulder pad is yellow on the left. And we'll figure the rest out. Assembling a dreadnought or playing Minecraft? God, I love Minecraft. I'm also playing Minecraft again. I don't know what it got into my head, but it did. You can always paint them in the color of your cutting mat, complete with white outlines from where you spilled glue on them. I don't even get me started. That orange brushes, yeah. Our S-tier friend Tesseract Miniature Studios have made their own brushes as well. Just waiting till see them again to get my hands on them. I didn't know that. Been 28 degrees here all day, so sadly I'm not working on anything today. Can't focus in the heat, but I did finish both of my gladiators. Just got the bases due, then it's a double. That's awesome. Fair play. Like, double gladiator. I've owned 2 gladiators since they came out, man. They're not even built. Okay. That took 17 minutes before I'm about to put my first bit of blue on this Space Wolf body. Boom. My mother told me someday I will buy a galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow. Too many for. I've got Nordic hymn music on. I think suits the Viking aesthetic that we're going with right now. Stand up on the... I had them both built and finished in 12 hours, including transfers. Jesus. They're somewhere in WIP. I'll look after. I sneakily started painting an hour earlier than stream. Definitely need to arrange something like this at some point soon. Yes. Did you win the paint? What? Ah, thin the paint. What paint? I'm using contrast. Currently Space Wolf graying up the just to get some quick base coats on before I shade and then layer the whole piece up. I've got many videos on it at this stage. I'm still not sure what other... Like, I'm still deciding what content to do with the rest of the Space Wolf box set. So, one of the videos I know I'm definitely going to do, which I think will be slightly insane, but also slightly fun, which is I've decided to do every single head in my entire Space Wolf army unhelmeted. There will be no helmets in my Space Wolf army. Not one. So you're going to see all these crazy Viking-esque heads and all the top knots and all that. There's just so many cool heads. And you know what? I've done a million Space Marine armies. I've painted Space Marine helmets a million times before. And I will paint Space Marine helmets a million times more. So I might as well go for something a little bit different. They have such iconic features that I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go for it. I don't care. Even when the Terminator's dropping everything and it's weird and they shouldn't have no helmets, they're all going to have no helmets. I don't care. So I'm going to do a video because there's... Obviously, I've already done 2 characters. That leaves 33 power armored miniatures, 10 blood claws, 10 grey hunters, and 3 of the head takers. So I'm going to paint all 33 heads, I think, in a single video. Maybe it's insane, maybe it's stupid, I don't know. No, cleaned up by dry brush the way he said you should. Anti-puddle approach is better, I think. Yeah, no water goes right into the ferrules the way I do it. Good afternoon. It's been a while since I was able to catch a live Texas Wargaming. Hello, sir. Welcome back. It's all good, buddy. Yeah, because he works his brush bristles all the way to the end and then he kind of cleans them when he's done, whereas I clean them after each color and it's really quick. So nothing really has a chance to really harden and dry. Many recommended to take some contrast medium 50-50 so it go on better. No, I never thinned my contrast. Never felt the need to. Fun Viking tact. For a time, Vikings ruled part of what is now England, referred to as Dunlaw. The Brits almost went to war with them for using black magic to steal away their women. The black magic question, bathing. It's true. I have new paints arrived. I couldn't resist. Yeah. Yes, we'll talk to Laura and she'll set up a thread on Discord where you can discuss this. Yellow. Every Saturday they bathed. The horror. This section is not supposed to be the codex. This is heresy. Did the stream start on time? Yes. The only contrast I felt the need to thin was Nasdrag yellow. I can see that. I think the Space Wars are the only Marines you can see forgoing helmets in Ball. Yeah, every time I read it in the book and they talk about like, oh, he donned his helmet again. I was like, how? You'd spend 10 minutes putting your hair in like bobbins and ponytails and stuff before you'd be able to get it on. Did you ever see the man in the Iron Mask when they finally take off the mask and the hair is like down his face? And that's exactly how it would be inside a Space Wolf helmet. It'd be awful. I wouldn't wear a helmet either. Too many going. Yeah, well, many recommended took some contrast me. Yes, I think the spit. Yes. White Wolf gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thanks so much. I didn't see anything until I reloaded. Now thought you were late. Nope, directly on time. Thanks so much for gifted sub. Did I miss someone giving a gifted sub? Did I? Did I miss one? Sorry, hold on. Oh no, he's saying thank you. He's saying thank you for the gift that the Revenant gave. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Here he goes again. Yeah, it kind of makes sense lore-wise, as the Space Wolf's sense are meant to be sharper than the auto sense in the helmet. Very true. Hello, Mediocre and chat. Never remove your helmet. This is the way. This is the way. Don't make me get my helmet. Standing. Yeah, I think that's the blue on one done. Focus. Just finished base on the Troll Army. Now I have 1750 points fully painted on base, just in time for Cathay to be dropped. Nice. Redeem Mando mode. It's all the way up there. For the record, Andy, I love the no helmet idea. I did a squad of Liberators no helmets, and it has so much character. That's just one squad art. Yeah, I think it's a good. Like, obviously I've gotten over that fear of painting faces that everyone has at one point or another. And they always have that line of like, well, if you just put helmets and everything, you don't have to paint faces. But I like the look of faces. I forgot to do the trim on his helmet. Whoopsies. You're supposed to be blue and then the inside is black and yeah, whoopsie-daisies. For the record, yes. We need new stuff to spend Kriegsman on. It's true. You do. You do. You thoroughly do. Between us, we probably have a full planet's worth of creeks. Backlog has a wig redeem. Just saying. A wig redeem. That'd be kind of funny and ridiculous. Yeah, I feel the same, Mr. Texas Wargamer. Goose. When I first started the hobby way back when, I had painted skin and faces. Collecting orcs and goblins cured me of that. Weirdly easier to learn how to paint skin and faces when they're... Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Definitely use the head with a bun for a pack leader. Just scream, I'm in charge! Definitely. Man bun is basically the equivalent of a space wolf. Corpo haircut. I don't know what a corpo haircut means. I'm at the painting desk. I'm looking at what I want to paint. I just can't muster the energy to do it, lol. Yeah. What you need to paint or what you want to paint? See, it's just not very exciting putting base coats on. Sure, you just paint base coat like off camera and then bring like base coated and shaded models onto stream, so it's something interesting when you're painting. I expected a flat no on the wigs. Ah, no, that could be really funny. Painting the flay of Lagrange and clean one, such a simple thing, but it looks really nice. It is really cool. What happened? Me with faces and skin in general. Reaper miniature, various skin tone triads. Oh, nice. That's a good idea. Having things like that is a big help. Triads, just helping you break it all up and know how to go and what to work with, and it just, yeah. Triads have taught me a lot. Paint by numbers. No, it's nice to see contrast. It's real time showcase it. Use oh yeah, it's just fast for, like I said, like I always say, it's just for getting base codes on. The arm base coated really quickly. Just take your time. Be super neat if it's going to be the main color, but if it's going to get layered over, you don't need to worry about it too much. An example of the backpack and how quickly you can do it. Once again, I nearly forgot the trim on the shoulder pad. Focus. Both. They're the same thing. Ah, pain the flail. Yeah, I like the way that the Space Wolves grey comes out patchy. Looks nicely worn out. Well, it gets to. Hold on. It does get layered up and will look like this guy afterwards. It's just the base coat. How's the Titan coming along? Yes. This is a Space Wolf. I still have not painted my Ragnar Black Mane. I want to do it super well. I got it as a present of my wife and I got red block on it. Nice. What are your thoughts on painting librarian, chaplain, apothecary, etc. in normal chapter colors and not separate? What do you mean? Like, so this is a captain and stuff. You'll have wolf priests and iron priests and all sorts of stuff. I've done a Ragnar Blackmane video as well. So there's a video on my channel of me painting up him. So yeah, if you need to have a quick look at it, you can always use that. I had someone yesterday comment saying my painting made theirs look like sponge painting. Had to tell them I actually painted that part. That was a sponge. Lol. Thankfully they laughed. The burn. Oh yeah. Who dares fight the wrath of Fenris? Blue for the librarians, black for the chaplain, for example, instead of the chapter color. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm not digging the, the red tech marine and the blue librarian stuff. I like it on like more traditional chapters, like more codex stringent chapters. But for Space Wolves, I think I'm going to stick to like blue armor and then have like, red bits for when it's an Iron Priest or blue bits for when it's, you know what I mean? Not the whole thing. Army painters, Oculus cloak speed paint for some Space Wolves, nice. Yeah, I have looked at yours and a lot of others, but yes, got a block that will mess it up. But I've painted hundreds of minis since I got these one. I get you. I have to say, while I don't own a 40k army, the new wolves have been hard to resist. Yeah. Like Medusa, there's many things I should be painting, but there's only wolves right now. I'm not in a rush to buy more wolves though. I'm gonna paint the new army box set, and then I'm gonna do one of all the new things when they come out. And I don't know how much further I'm gonna push it right now into like a full army. I think I'll just We'll see. Maybe I'll still be super inspired when I've done that section, and then I'll run away and do more. Who knows? But for now, I think I'll be content with just that on a shelf looking fly. I've been tempted by the Kill Team Typhon box. It sold out pretty fast. I don't know whether you managed to get your hands on it. Your best bet is independents and actual official Games Workshops on launch day if you want to still try and get it. But it's a cool set. Very much looking forward to all the Tyranids inside of it. I'm doing a video on them tomorrow. I'm supposed to be doing the Ravener video tomorrow, which was my original idea. But obviously I'm not sure whether to do the Ravener video first or the scenery. They'll look very similar because it's scenery from my hive fleet and they're basically Tyranid organisms, so it's like the same colors and palette and stuff. It's gonna look cool though. I think I'll start with the Ravener. Do both. As usual, Tim, your plan is of course flawless as always. Just do both, he says. Sloan Painter Scenery found a great streamer making scenery at the weekend. His stuff is gorgeous, nice. Sucker for scenery. Feels like passing notes in class. Lol. Space Wolves were my first army back in the day. The dusty days of 3rd edition, yeah. As you gonna make Logan Grimnar more grey? Or the same as the others? What do you mean? Yeah, I haven't looked at yours. Yes. New release are an excuse to revisit and finally get the army out. Oh, that's so cool. There's definitely something when you're like redoing a force that you did when you were a kid and stuff. It's such a good feeling. Like you were a son of Fenris back then and you're a son of Fenris now. Okay, we have the blue base coated on the first 3 wolves. We'll do the black next. Armor more grey than blue. No, he'll just have the matching armor color to the rest of the Space Wolves. I know you typically paint only one model in your videos. How often are you able to go back and paint the rest, since there's always the next? Not very often. It's a problem, a real problem. Like, it's one of those jokes about, like, if you won the Euro Millions, what would you do? And, you know, all these people who would buy mansions all over the world and buy Ferraris, I would just have like 20 commission painters on backlog to paint through my backlog and help me get through this stuff, and it would be great. But I wanted to look at my stuff, so, like, it'd be like, okay, I showed you guys how to paint a Grey Hunter. Cool, paint the rest of my Grey Hunters. Use my video, step for step. That's the dream, man. Oh, to be super wealthy, to have people paint my little war dollies for me. Oh, that is the stuff. I can post an Insta link to the guy if you like, Andy. Yes, please. I bought a new game last Saturday, Gloomhaven, Buttons and Bugs, and I didn't know it had minis in it. They're like 10 to 12 millimeters tall. Will be a fun challenge. I know them. They're gorgeous. You can use them as crew on your Dystopia Wars ship. Lol. You could know. Where is my Black Templar? Hello, Mr. Black Templar. I found it. There's the time. Maybe look at this link. I bet I know him already. Oh, maybe I don't know this guy. I've not logged in on my Instagram account, so. Yeah, he's really nice. Yeah, okay, he's very cool. Borheim. That's exactly what we said, or the Euro Millions. I know, right? So less commission painters, more paint thralls. Whatever you want to call them, man. Whatever you want to call them. Okay, a black contrast for the armor separation-y bits. I always call them soft seals in videos when I'm talking about them. That is the correct term for these bits, right? The soft seals? I wouldn't know what else you would call those parts. And then, if I remember correctly, Space Wolves' gun casings are black, aren't they? That's a whole thing. Yeah, you just like buy Siege Studios. You know, you'd want to start your Heresy campaign, so you'd literally get like, you'd get like 36 painters. Be like, okay, 2 apiece. I want 5,000 points of every legion. Go, make it happen. Get to work. They come back in a couple of months with every army you need to fight the heresy properly and thematically. Come up for being hard as a paint thrall. They know when I win the Euro Millions, buddy. Yeah, it's paint thralls. Someone in my hometown won 11 million on slots. I didn't even know that was possible. Me neither. I'm not a gambler. All my gambling money goes to Andy. I mean, streamers. Lol. Pano, yes. Genius plan. Get the YouTube revenue with watching your video a few thousand times while painting your models. I'm sure that'll balance out, right? I wish. You could use the earnings to pay for an editor. Find that takes me more longer than painting most. Yeah, it's a nightmare. An editor would be incredible. Like, it even goes so far as if I had like an editor that was also an editor and a videographer. That's the dream. That's the kind of money you want. So you just sit there and do your hobby and someone paints and creates content around you. You don't even know. They're like, oh, by the way, a video just went live. A video of what? What are you talking about? Rubber gaps. And then again, yes. And what is Laura? Chopped liver? Wait, what does that mean? Isabel only here has 1 more year of school left, and after that she can edit for you. Oh God, that's terrifying. Grand budgets, I don't know, right? It's the dream one day that 1 million people will just sign up to the Patreon, you know? That's the dream. Get to create awesome content in a studio. Battle reports. Big projects. Oh, one of these days. One of these days. I'm pretty sure you don't need 1 million for that. You'd be surprised. I know some of the shoulder pads are red and black, but I think I'm just going to paint them all red. And then I'll do the freehand black on top. I think that'll be an easier way of doing it. I hope it's an easier way of doing it. So if I just get the yellow. I think Andy will soon have a dedicated video covering how he already has the best editor. Hey, only half editor. I edit most of the video. And then Laura does all the stuff to make it not crap at the end. He did what to the video? Oh dear. Let me just undo everything he did and then do it. Yeah. Pretty sure that's more than you need a year. Maybe. Think of the content, man. Hey, you aim for the stars and hope for the treetops. See, this guy gets it. Andy wouldn't need $1 million for commission painters to paint his armies. Have you not seen the shells behind him? Yeah. I did my Spacewolf combat troll with the Fang and Fenrisian Grey, but I am so excited to try your contrast scheme. It works, man. It looks tidy. $2,000 people a month will get you your studio. Okay, let's make that happen, buddy. You put up the flyers and tell 2,000 people to back me on Patreon. I'd also love to move away from Patreon and move subscription service onto my website. Because Patreon take a big fat bite out of it every month and they do nothing! Yeah. Hello, Gorgonson. When are you going to have a website set up? It's in progress. In Ralron, just need to have a sit down and finish it off. Like, technically, it's already there. Or not. Maybe it's not there currently. God damn it. Which is funny since Patreon started as a way for indie content producers to make nearly all of the revenue they needed. Started out a YouTube ban. I guess they've sold out. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying. They charge a fee because they have a platform that will get you more people, but they don't. Like, people aren't going and scrolling through the Patreon website to find people to sign up to. They're on other people's social media. I like that guy. Let's go to their page. You know what I mean? They don't do anything except take a portion of money off of you for. It's a weird thing. Squarespace, yeah. Added some of my Grey Tide bits and Space Wolf bits and some Terminators. They actually look cool, but need to sculpt some big fur cloaks. I think they have some big fur cloaks from Grey Tide now. Got a tournament at the end of the month and still got Scarbrand, 30 Bloodletters, and 10 Flesh Hounds to paint. I'm gonna go copyright Mediocres now before you can say anything and use my name. You have to pay me a nickel. Lol, it's already copyrighted, buddy. Nice try though. Alright. Time for some red. Some red. I'm feeling red. We'll do your knee pad as well. Why not? I just ordered my basing paints for my new, but nice. Yes, very nice. Also played my funniest game of AOS of the weekend using Blades of Corn against an actual priest. What? Yeah, what? What is an actual like a Catholic priest or like what kind of priest? 'Cause I don't think Catholic priests are supposed to earn wages like that, so I don't know how they're getting their Warhammer money. Straight out of the collection plate, I tell you. Local Anglican vicar. I don't know what that is exactly, so maybe he's got fat stacks. Who knows? Who knows? Church of England. I don't even know what that even means. Oh, a toast. Okay. Sure, they have all the money. I wonder how many people know this. Like Games Workshop did a very limited run of pop vinyls. This is my Space Wolf pop vinyl. Any cool? Dun, 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 dun. Church of England probably appropriate the funds from other nations. Those are cool. Yeah, I'm missing one. I bought all four when they came out, and then somebody stole one of them from me. So I've got the Space Wolf, the Dark Angel, and the Blood Angel. I'm missing the standard Ultramarine one, so. Headless Stark! Oh no. Subscribe with Prime. Thank you very much for the Bezos, the books, buddy. Very much appreciated. Welcome on in. Let's do some brown for like straps and cords and stuff. I think that's the next port of call. Where is my bloody wildwood? Oh, wildwood. Wildwood. Hey, I got that pop too. It's still in the box on my desk. Nice. Open it. Open it. You're never going to sell your pops, man. Why is it still in the box? Open it. They look cooler open. Too many roses. There was a fifth pop. Which was the fifth one? There are 4 pops! Was there a paint your own one? Maybe there was a 4th one. If there is so, I'm missing 2. I have no idea how many pops there are. Well, you folded easily. Good evening. Well, easier to stick in a box. It's 2. That is the only benefit, is they stack on top of each other in boxes. And I've only opened my 40k pops. All the rest of mine are still in their boxes. I'm thinking of putting the bear head you painted on your wolf priest on my bat leader. How do you think it will work? Can't pass up the wolf skull helm. Yeah, the wolf helm is amazing. I don't blame you for wanting to take that. Just know that the head, the neck joint that comes on that head isn't a standard Space Marine neck joint. There's no ball on the bottom. And there's another part that you have to take from this brew, which is like his hood folded down. So the head goes into that, and then that bit goes on the neck. So make sure you put the head on that hood bit and then glue that in, and it should work, but it might not. You might need some jiggery pokery to make it work. I have faith in you, though. You got this, buddy. You're from Texas, man. Can do attitude. You got this. Straps or anything on any of these ones? Oh yeah, there is. It's too warm. First time chatter. Headless Dark. Do you use a smaller layer brush for your base coats? Yes. Don't judge me. It holds a surprisingly large amount of liquid. I don't know why, but it's perfect for using on contrast. I think I just demonstrated by base coating the entire strap off this bold carbine with dipping my brush back into paint. Small and medium layer brushes rule, they're amazing. What did I just miss? Yeah, shake the absolute something out of it, then stir it, then shake it some more. Then you think you've shaken enough. Put it in a centrifuge. What? I'd hope you'd change it to crap afterwards so it would go through. The one where you paint yourself. Any tips for using dirty brown rust? Yes. What Medusa said, except there's actually an extra step, which is most hobbyists, or I believe all hobbyists, should have this particular tool, a texture tool. You got a texture tool? It's just the one you use for putting texture paste on or any of that kind of crap. I use this. That's why it's green, for going down into the pot and stirring the ever-loving crap out of the bottom. Okay, making sure it's all super mixed. If you don't do that, it's, you have a bad time. Text wargaming, that's what I'm doing also. Evening. Good evening, James Bowman. How are you? Hobby Homeworld. Wait, are we supposed to be using something other than small layer? I use them for everything. Yeah. It's really starting to slow down your progress painting that Warlord Titan, buddy. But you do you. I'm coming up to the end of the book, The Dark City now. Only got like 3 hours left in it or whatever, and that's the third book in that series of the Inquisitors. Like I said, I was trying to catch up on the all those books that they've said are in chronological order from like since the split of the galaxy, the modern, all the Primera stuff. And man, if the book that they're like I'm reading now is doing what I think it's doing now as part of the final story, it's so well written. it's so clever. Literally got to that bit and I was like, wait a minute, is that that thing they've been investigating all along? Oh my god. So I recommend those books. Just trying to figure out what I'm picking up after work. Lol. Yeah. Small and medium layer brush. You'll never go wrong with those. My favorite brush is a wash brush, lol. Only because they don't make tank brushes anymore, I know. Missed the conversation, but thank you, Medusa, for defending me. Whatever that was about. I don't know. I still don't understand why. I was talking about we need a videographer and an editor, and I think she took it as that you don't do anything, but like, the stuff you do is on top of all that. I'm giving the Dawn of Fire series a go again. Do it! It's super important, man, and we're coming up to the last book in the series. So, yes. Other than the wolf helm, if one wears a helm, it's going to be black, as the Marine did something that brought dishonor to him or the company and is not allowed to show their face. That's awesome. You should make him wear like a Dark Angel helmet or something. That's much more embarrassing. Oof. They couldn't live with themselves with that. Someday I will buy a galley with good oars. Sail to distant shores, stand upon the prow. Oh, I have to do that stupid bit now that I don't want to do. Let me have another look and see what the fudge there actually look like. Okay. How many? Oh, you're red from the top. No, black from the bottom. How many? 1, 2. Is there 4? 4 black kind of spike thingies coming up, and it's actually a lot more of the red taking away than I thought. And then it's what, 2 on the knee pad. Is it 3 or 2? I wish I had a sideways view. Oh wait a minute, I've got a codec somewhere. That'll help. Hold on. Hello, Clarice. Okay, what? How many red spikes do you have? Okay, 4. It is 4. Shit. Grey hunters bear red and black pack markings, wolf tails, and wolf heads are often incorporated into the markings of the grey hunter. They go sideways. Ah, feck off. That would be awful. Maybe we'll do that for a second squad to differentiate them. These ones are all going to have the standard ones. And then the knee pad is the same thing. I inadvertently paint them as the black mains because I did the yellow. I didn't even think about it. So Ragnar Blackmane is my great company, apparently. We're doing them in yellow, boys and girls. The Grimbold has a very cool symbol. The Blood Maws. Storm Wolves. I presume they have lots of Fedrizian wolves. The Dusk Wolves are very cool. Stand up on the prow. Yeah, we'll make it work. We shall make it work. I'm gonna need a wet palette, I think, for this. I need to take how much time we got? We got time. It's gonna take a. I need to be careful. I need a new palette thingy. Oh god. Fold and be gone. Should have really known where my web palette thingies were before I did that. Dishonor on you! Dishonor on your cow! Wait, why is my cow getting dishonored? What did my cow do? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Okay. Nobody panic, nobody panic. Moving to an extra small artificer layer brush. Do you know different? Yeah. Well then, oh yes. You know when you have a song in your head and can't stop thinking it? You know how to get rid of it? No. Why am I dishonored? Good evening. Okay. I need black. Black paint. Come here to me. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Doesn't look good either. I need new black paint. So I got a new pot somewhere. Okay, nobody panic. I'm about to make a mess of this model. So, zoom! How do they fit 4 pack markings on a single tiny shoulder pad? So, I'm just going to put a line down where I think the first. So that would be where the first middle one would go. And then the next one would go somewhere here. And so you would probably go like here. And then you would go over here. It's about the right distance away from each other, I guess. So now we just need to make those into actual pack markings, right? I'm going to be not reading anything for about 2 minutes as I try not to make a mess of this. That one looks a little less than spiky than I would want it to. So it would have to. Okay, yeah, no, I realized what I just did. So to make the red ones be a spike, then they have to touch. Yeah. Ah, that was too tight. Damn it. It's okay. We'll go back and forth and correct it with the red. Yeah, I'm gonna have balls of that. Where's the red again? Stand up on the crowd. This across all the shoulder pads and knee pads of the army is gonna be a nightmare. Gonna make that a spike, so okay, that's just the base coat because it has to be like it'll get shaded and then okay, that's a color. Definitely needs a little bit of making bigger here. Did something similar. My 30k Imperial Fist, collected them for 40k for years. Couldn't face painting all that yellow again. Painted them in charcoal black with yellow sleeves. Penitent Crusade. That's awesome. When you do the video painting the heads, have you considered trying to add Viking war paint to them? Nah. Channel name is Mediocre Hobbies, buddy. I have no idea how I would go about doing that well. Aren't there transfers for that? No. I have a rare night off work. Nice! Mr. Lantern Man, long time no see. How you doing? We need stream alerts so we can suddenly play the... Oh no. Wow! And then I ruin everything. Yeah, I dropped the brush. And then the knee pad. Okay, is he looking a little bit more Space Wolfy now? Very shiny, so it's hard to see it, but they're not too bad, right? Not something you'd pick up if you're looking at 10 dudes. All with something similar. I can't complain of a relaxing evening with a bunch of other crazy people sitting and watching as Andy hums and sings while he paints war dollies. Sounds less like James Brown, more like the cat. There's nothing wrong with it being the cat. Doing well, thanks. Getting some hobby mojo back for painting a Forge Fiend. Nice. I like it. I like it. Very tempted to just push forward on this one guy with the last kind of 25 minutes and get him base coated, which I think I can manage. Get some gold on him, get some silver on him, and then get him. Get him base shaded up, I think. Do it. Do what? Got some Necrons painted up with my buddy this week. 6 warriors, 3 Scorpic destroyers, and a plasma scythe. That's a lot of good work of it. It's a good amount of work done in a week. Bought a custom base for my soul grinder. Now feel the pain of painting the 200 skulls on it. The trick to that is to spray it all like Wraithbone, wash the whole base, and then dry brush the ever-loving crap out of it, like 2 or 3 layers of like bone, getting slightly lighter and lighter and lighter, then paint around the skulls. That would be faster. It's an ice-themed base. The skulls are half buried in ice. Why do you hate yourself? Is that the dead one? No. No, it is not. No, it is not at all. It's fine. I always thought the chain weapons and stuff were like designed or something on the Space Wolves, but they're just black. It's quite dull. Like, even if the Space Wolf casings were the same color as the power armor or something, they're just really like utilitarian black. Like Ragnar Blackmane's is yellow. It looks amazing. Like how cool that looks. Not that it'll focus on anything, but such a cool looking sword. Real nice pop of color. Seen some chainsaws with pack markings. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Freehand runes on them. Yeah. Just realized I forgot a little bit of flash on this bit. Covered up with silver and nobody knows better. Fudge sake. Let Belcher stop being so bloody dry in the heat. What did everyone think of that Black Templar banner, man? How cool was he? He's like a couple of weeks too late because I basically just made that model a few weeks ago with the Great Tide Studio bits, and now they brought him out. So I'm gonna have another banner for my Black Templar army. It's like my 4th banner. God damn it. Seen some chance, yes. Black Templars lend themselves to too many banners and relics, though. It worked. It does work. You're right. You're right. Not am I thinking. The trick is to add the missing 688 skulls. Some of them are yellow. I think a lot of people freehand runes on them. Yeah, I was wondering why you could. I was wondering when you'll get to him. He just came out of nowhere. Well, obviously it's part of the... Is the first book of that out yet? Is the Armageddon campaign book out yet? Have I missed that so far? I'm a couple of books behind. You can sort that out. But yeah, I'm down for this whole Armageddon campaign stuff. I really want to read the lore and see what the hell's going on there. Like, a lot. Can you ever have too many banners? Yeah, I think he's gorgeous. I saw it and was thinking, can't wait for Andy's reaction when I saw your Insta post. Oh. I already have enough Marine armies. No such thing. I will never be not doing a Marine army of some description. I love them so much. Like, everything else will just be a palette cleanser to the next power armored army. Guess I need to bust out my Black Templars again. Yeah. You're doing them for our Armageddon campaign, aren't you? I'll do the Wolves. Oh, Chin's doing the Wolves. I thought he was going to do the Grey Knights. And then just a bone color for the... is the Armageddon campaign the lead to 11th? I don't know. Are we that? I don't think 11th is too soon, is it? It's not next year. It'll be the year after. Hit! 11th is next year. 11th will be when they run out of codexes. I thought he was going to the Knights, and also I think he's done playing. Oh yeah, he's done. He's out of the campaign. We just need to get a more solid group. I forgot he was done with playing. What a loser. Okay, I think that's all of his base coats on. He's ready to get an L wash. Swear to God, this camera got knocked. It's not where I was pointing the camera earlier, and now I keep having him off screen. I'll wait for that to dry fully, and then I'll throw a shade over the top of it. And we'll be laughing. Is the iron getting kind of... Only 5 left, including the second Space Marine one. No, I think next year already. AOS 4 was last year, and then Horse Heresy this year, 40k next year, to keep with the 3-year cycle. Yeah, I just didn't realize it was 3 years already, so it will be next year. So yeah, it could be the beginning of the lead up to it. Like, they do take these campaigns to quite long extents and really draw it out and give us a proper story. So I'm here for it. Give me more. Mediocre model positioning. Don't know what that means, but okay. Oh yeah, definitely one of my weakest points. Just awful at it. You know why junior Space Wolf librarians make the best YouTubers? Because nothing helps the algorithm like and subscribe. You're an idiot. I'd kick you if I could right now. I don't mean kick you out of the stream. I mean physically with my foot kick you for that one. Can't believe we've reached the 4th War for Armageddon. I know, right? Nah, there'll be a new Arcs of Omen campaign, 5-part book series, box of 3 new heroes. Yeah, probably. I think there should be. There's definitely some heroes. I definitely feel Grey Knights need some more bloody love. Did everyone else see the conversions online recently from on Instagram? That guy he's using like Custodes' legs and bodies, and then he's using arms from Grey Knights and painting them up like a god, and they look unreal. Like, that's what Grey Knights are meant to look like. Shit. Why can't we have those models, please? Don't forget the new campaign boxes with the new models. Yes. Nothing gives me more joy than causing psychic damage with a pun. Yeah. Yeah. You're the devil. You gotta love it. I haven't even cracked it. Oh, I did crack open my monster. When did that happen? Oh. Come on, be dry. Are you going to use Wolfen in your army? I don't think so, because I don't really like the models. I think they're fairly fugly models. Maybe painting them would change my mind. I would paint them up and I would feel something towards them, and that would enjoy. I don't know whether I'd enjoy them or not. Maybe. But as a whole concept, I think they're stupid. Same with Thunderwolves. I don't like Thunderwolves either. Yeah, I think they're a bit weird as well. Just look, Space Marines riding giant wolves is just a bit Twilight for me. Yeah, same as I didn't like the boat. In fact, that entire release schedule was fairly terrible for models. I think it pushed it more towards like a cartoon joke army than like Norse raiding Viking space badasses. Like, as soon as everything came out, it was just jokes. Look at them riding the battle on their battle squirrels, and their flyer looks like a boot. Just, yeah. You did have a whole army of guys on Thunderwolves. I did. I bought 5 boxes. I had 15 Thunderwolves. And I built all the wolves. And I never built any of the riders. And I went, God, I hate these. And I gave them all to Mark Kern. Every single one of them. For nothing, for free. You want 15 Thunderwolves? Yep, here you go. Yeah. So, yeah. Like, the new Wolfguard head takers with the wolves running alongside them, to me, is far cooler than anything else. Like, any of those older kits, that's incredible. The new Logan Grimnar is just an unbelievable model. You don't like Thunderwolves? No. Give me jet bikes or anything else like bikers or whatever, sure. But just giant wolves that they ride into battle is just a bit shit. 8 bound into New Wolfen. Yeah, that would be a lot of work. I'm not saying you can't do it, it's a lot of work. I'll start Grey Knights when they get their... Yeah, same, man. I would like a little Grey Knight army when they do their refresh. Just, you know, squad of power armor dudes, squad of Terminators, the baby carrier, all the characters. Do all that first. Put it on a shelf. See how I feel. If I want to do more. Flesh it out to an army. But I definitely want some new Space Wolves. After that, guys, like... Oh, they're unbelievable. Sounds like you should build a 30k Wolves army. You'd enjoy it more. No. I'm not a big fan of the Wolves in the Heresy either. Yeah, just no, not for me. Like, their Space Wolves are awesome. Don't get me wrong. I don't dislike Space Wolves, but I'm never a big fan of Thousand Suns either. It seems like they're the main thing they fight. I didn't really like the Burning of Prospero or any of those books. The wolf himself is cool when he goes boogaloo with that spear and nearly kills Horus. He's awesome. He's an awesome character, but yeah, just no. Heresy armies I would do. Obviously, I'm going to do Imperial Fists because they're going to be gorgeous. It's going to be like 5,000 points, 3,000 points of yellow, 2,000 points of like Templar. Sigismund leading that portion of it, I think, would be incredible. What else would I do for the Heresy? I love Ultramarines. I genuinely do love Ultramarines. Ultramarines in the Heresy are pretty cool. What else would I do? Salamanders, yeah, they don't really do very much. Broken Legions Force, a Shattered Legions Force, that could be kind of cool, but more for like a boarding action style, like only like 500 or 600 points of an army. It's a tough one. That model is fugly as heck. Gets and paints them. They are the best. It's what happens to me, man. Swift Claws and Sky Claws models would be cool. Yeah, I converted up both of those before. I gave that army to Dave as well. The rest of my old Space Wolves. But I had made Swift Claws. I hate the leather Gimp Masks from 30k. They're gross. The head taker ones are stupid. It's I don't know what it is. It's the design studio for the Heresy is just a bit weird sometimes. They take things too far. They don't respect the source material. I knew I missed a damn sword. Yeah, they do weird things. But I've thought that for years. Like years and years and years and years. When they brought out those first Ultramarine guys and they had the big eagle across their face. And that was one of their first new Heresy kits that came out. And it was like, look how awesome these guys are. And it was like, only the Emperor's children could wear Aquillas. It's literally their whole thing. Like, literally, they were so good at what they were doing. The Emperor was so impressed. He gifted them that sigil. They could wear that with pride. Now everything has it. What? They're not allowed. At the Walls of Terra, nobody had Aquillas on their armor. Nobody. Doesn't make any sense. Maybe Garrow, because he was gifted that extra armor and it's all up his chest. He can have it, because it's Garrow. But as soon as they were like, it's not their fault either. Like, you're trying to make a game with 18 distinct armies that don't all look the same. Even though in the books they all looked the same. That was okay, but, you know, for everyone else, they're like, oh, we got to make them all look super different. Made it for the last 10 minutes, yeah. We do a Sons of Horus? I don't like the idea of being the bad guys. I don't want to be on that side of the heresy, to be honest with you. So no. I like how they're painted. I like the models. I love the Horus that I've done. I've done a Land Raider and a Rhino and 10 Marines and some Terminators already for that force. I've got a little force of it started, but no real intention of playing it. If I could have any Space Marine army, it would be one of every model in a different chapter. Mid-transition change. Oh, that'll... Yeah. So 30k. I've got Iron Hands, Ultramarines, Dark Angels, Thousand Suns, the best melee army in the game, Mechanicum, Solar Auxilia, Custodes, and I'm thinking about World Eaters. They're all really cool. I respect pretty much all those choices except Iron Hands. I wouldn't be opposed to a Dark Angel army in the Heresy, to be honest with you. It was one of my favorite bits was when they retook the Astronomicon. When you have Corswain and Sigismund fighting shoulder to shoulder, and heaven forbid any Chaos Space Marines that tried to walk near those two. It's blended. Yeah, but also no one worshipped the Emperor at the Battle of Terra. But that doesn't change the fact that their armor didn't look like that. They don't look like that. Okay, I built 5 more power armor guys, so I'm gonna head to bed now because I'm wrecked. Have a good raid. Cheers, buddy. Oh, I better shade this model before the raid happens, shouldn't I? Stand up on the prow. Just dropped in to say hi. Hope you and Laura are well. Appreciate it, buddy. Luna Wolves Loyalist Force. I'd love to do that. I'm going with the Alpha Legion. Traitor Alpha Legion. Okay, yeah. I would love to do a Loken force. Like Loken has pulled together some loyalist Luna Wolves. Doesn't really make a lot of sense because he doesn't do that, but it would be kind of cool. Like Loken running around during the siege in old Luna Wolf colors just to annoy all of the Sons of Horus is just one of the most majestic things. And he is so dangerous. It's just... and him getting killed at the end was just the worst thing ever. Screw those books. Screw Erebus. Screw it all. That was worse than goddamn the angel dying for me. Oh yeah. Other than Citadel brushes, what brushes do you enjoy? Artist Opus is the only other brush that I currently use. Saul Tarvitz, Istvan 3, Loyalist Emperor's Children. Would love to do a small force to represent that book. That'd be awesome. Artist Opus make good brushes. Not the cheapest, but also not the most expensive. For sure. Typical Andy throwing shade about before the raid. Well, Siege, who needs the siege? We're going back to Istvan. Yay! Back to Istvan again! Yay! So glad they used that as a setting again. For fuck's sake. My game group Discord started singing 99 dropside games on the board. 99 dropside games. You get to the siege, start again. 98 dropside games on the board. Ah, no. I still want at some point it worked into the lore that Abaddon finally kills Erebus and all he says is for Loken. Yeah, it's just not happened yet because Erebus is currently kicking around in the story, being a jerk. Most Heresy players hated the push towards the siege in 2.0. That's because you're all wrong. It is the main pivotal part of the story. It is an amazing setting for a war game. Like, obviously, you can just play whichever bit you want, but like specific rules on the siege are just so cool. All right, let us find somebody to raid. And so say all of us. What are people doing? I'm sorry. This man. It's this man's birthday. It's his birthday. Because screw the Ultramarines. Yeah, Cult is a good setting. Apart from it's just so limited. It's like, you know what I mean? There's so few participants in the. I'm gonna quickly drop the link into where we will be rating. Only make brain cells and remember things. Yeah, I'm not totally sold on 3.0 yet either, but we'll see what's happening. Okay, you beautiful people, thank you so much for sticking around, having some fun. There's currently 38 people left in Twitch. Thank you so much for that many of you being here. If you could all stick around for the raid, that would be glorious. Make this person smile. It is his birthday. Get some happy birthdays in the chat. Give him a follow if you are so inclined. And I shall be doing some more Space Wolves for the next couple of streams. I'm just going to be having a bit of fun and getting some of them done and enjoying it because I want to get some of them painted. So, yeah, you were all amazing. And On Arms was amazing. True. Thank you for tonight, everyone. See you next time. But there are so many word bears, and they're so beautiful. Yeah, because they all die. Bye.